Well, welcome back to Camus Classics. Today we're going to be preparing the Olds 442. Put this floorboard in. As you can see, it's one piece. We forgot to film it. We'll show you putting it back on the frame. We forgot to film it, taking it off the frame. We used our two-post hoist. Just caught the body in the four locations. We do have it strapped down with ratchet straps because we will be lifting this piece up and in. As you'll see, this side has this piece on it. The way this car was built, after looking at it, it appears that this piece was put onto the floor first, and then that's welded in. I'll show you that in just a minute, how this piece goes in. So we got the passenger side off. We got to do the driver's side, and then we should have this ready to go in. We got to finish getting these braces out from the old one, and this piece that's on the back side of the rocker panel. Once we have that out, we'll put it on that side, weld it, and the floor will be ready to go up and in. We'll have a hand with that. We're going to do that in a couple days. But we'll have a hand with that. We'll get it up and in, and get it put into place. And same thing, we're just going to plug weld like a spot weld, just because we don't have a spot welder. Let's go ahead and let's join me underneath here. Let's show you what we got. So on this side, you can see this is open. This is the back of the rocker panel. From the outside, it was full of rat's nest, basically. Squirrels and stuff had filled that in with stuff, so we wanted to clean that out anyway. But as you can see here, actually let's look at this side because it's still in here. So you have your outer piece here, which is, you know, the rocker panel, the door opening part of the body. This piece that's still in here with these braces is the original floor, and then up underneath there it's folded over 90-degree angle, and it sandwiches the floor in between. Not sure how they did it from the factory. I'm assuming either the way we're doing it, or you know, put the floor up and in and then put this piece in. Either way, we're going to take this piece out, take the braces out, get the rest of the floor out, and we'll just weld this to our floorboard. Then when we push it back in, we just got to do our spot welds along the bottom there. So I'm going to be wearing my safety glasses. You'll notice we do have a braced. I think we showed you that before. So we have one front to back, across the doors, across the body. Then there are two on the trunk. Didn't really move much. It helps because it is a hard-top car, coupe. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I'm going to wear my safety glasses because I will be using a wire wheel. You can have parts of these fly off and hit you in the eye, and it hurts. So basically what I'm going to use these for, I can see the spot welds along the bottom of this piece, but I can't really see the spot welds here. So what I'm going to do is just wire wheeling, so now I can see that spot weld there, and there's one up here. I'll have to get a little bit cleaner up there. Do the same thing on this side. There's a little dirt. Okay, just so I can see a little easier, we'll take our glasses off. And what I'm doing, this is just a center punch. So what I'll do, we have a spot weld cutter, Blair Tools. But what you have to do is, this has a little point on it. The screw part will, as you can see, spring loaded, so it'll go back up in there. But you do have to kind of give it a center hole to get started with. And we'll go ahead and do those ones. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the drill. It'll drill in just a bit, and then I'll give it a push, and we'll get to the spot weld cutter portion of it. If it doesn't catch like that, it'll what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to drill through this piece without going through the other piece. So that needs to go just a little bit deeper. You kind of have to just work it and stop and work it. One thing you'll notice, this is how you can kind of tell if you look at a modern car versus these older cars. You'll notice the spot welds. So for example, these two, they barely even caught them on there. You can see this one, like, it's only half of a spot weld on there. That's because they were all done by hand. So you had people that was, you know, running big spot welders, and they would just clamp, spot, and that's all they did all day was hit those. And you know, they didn't always get them. Now most of your vehicles are computer built, you know, computerized welders. So when you look at them, they're almost exact. Every 2 inches, you know, almost perfect. You've got kind of a little bit of a wave. You've got spot welds like this where they're right together. These ones are a little further apart. So that's kind of a difference. And that one's close enough. So basically all I'm doing is really roughing that a little bit. We'll end up taking an air hammer. They do make a specific tool that we don't have that's made to, you know, wedge up in there and basically acts like a saw around it. Here's our top one. And that's enough. The other way you can do these is you can actually fill them. There's a little indent. So if you can't see it, this one's a little more difficult. If you get the light just right, you can kind of see it right there. You can fill it. Okay, so I'm going to stop on that one. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you how we're going to take that out with the air hammer. It's still kind of attached to the floorboard, so I'm going to break that off. So we're only dealing with the that far. That should get us free, at least free enough we can get it off. So we'll jump over. The air hammer, we just have a chisel bit on it. And put my glasses back on because we're going to be hammering. There's actually a little piece right there. Okay, so basically got that out. I'll go on the floor here. As you can see, I'm kind of still attached to my floor. Basically, that's what we're going to be doing. We'll end up grinding these smooth. That's basically how you're going to tear this apart, is drilling out all these spot welds, that's going to take us a little while, so we'll go ahead and let you go and show you the finished product when we're done. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we got all our spot welds drilled out. Using this, you can see we're bending it a little bit. We'll clean that up before we attach it to the floor. As you can see, nice nest again. So we'll clean this piece up. We've got to continue, get the rest of the floor off of it. We'll get the floor off of it. Go ahead and vacuum this out. And then we'll go ahead and spray paint these. Just, it's not rotted through, it's actually really solid. So we just want to, protect it. We'll spray the inside so it's got some protection. And then next step you're going to see is putting the floor in. Thank you.